let's talk about what's happened today, and we'll find out what's happening at the Superbook because we've seen our first -3 in town now. Is this going to be the leader and everybody's going to follow, or is it going to bump back down? My guess is I have felt that this will close at 2.5, so that you know where I am on that. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, here's how we broke this down. As we opened, I made the Patriots 1. We had some of the guys make it pick. Some of them made the Rams small. We went with our power rating all year and opened the Rams as a 1-point favorite. But then as we started getting all that initial Patriots money, which right now it's 90% tickets, 94% money on New England, we just made the decision, let's just cut through the numbers, get to 2.5. If people are willing to lay that, then we'll go ahead and book it at 2.5. 3 is pretty egregious from our power rating. What I had mentioned is if you see a 3 pop up, it's only going to last for mere minutes. There's going to be too much sharp money taking the 3. So I think 2.5 for the next couple of weeks is what you're going to see mostly. And it wouldn't surprise me if this does go down a little bit come next weekend. I think that, if you look at the body of work for the whole season, the Rams have had I think some sharps will be involved in that part, while the general public is going to be on the Patriots side.
The analytics guys are going to be on the Rams. And this is why, and I almost never say this, but I completely disagreed with the way this number opened. My projections, which are based on analytics, Rams -1.5. I said I tweeted at halftime on Sunday of the Chiefs-Patriots game, I said I would open the Patriots -2. So that's way off my number, but the reason for it was I knew that assuming the Patriots are going to get by the Chiefs, it's going to be all New England money. And I think it's going to continue to be all New England money as long as this number is sitting at less than 3. So to me, I was very surprised when the Rams came the favorite on the opener. I thought, you know what, that just, you're going to do great if the Rams win the game, but they better win the game or it's going to dent the profits.
Well, your analysis is exactly right about how this number got to where it is, where you saw basically near your power rating. And, when you cut through numbers like this, we move quickly, so it's not like we were just sitting here slow moving it, taking a lot of money.
Right.
We've gotten it to 2.5, and we said basically let's just get there and book that. The 3, that's a tough go. It's going to take a lot for us to get there, and I mean a real lot. But we're comfortable booking it at Patriots 2.5 for the book's perspective. If we're going to get the Rams +2.5, +110, that's a good position for the book to be in.
Jeff, historically, whenever we've had these Super Bowls, the money line, the favorite always had value because you had the general public would come in, people that never bet before, they go up to the window, and when they realize they're laying 110 to win 100, they don't want to do that. They want more money for their bang for their buck. With it being the Patriots this year, does that change that philosophy? Do you think we're going to get a money line closer to what the true odds would be of the money line?
We are, and we're already seeing people lay the Patriots money line. And now that we've gotten to the 2.5 range, we had people lay -30, -35 to get us to -40. So it's more in line of the point spread than, like you mentioned, seeing it in prior Super Bowls.
You think this might get to -150?
It just depends how large the wagers we take on it. And sometimes people forego the 2.5 and they just want to root for the Patriots winning. And if it ends up that case, I don't think it will, because I think that there's going to be, like you mentioned, analytics guys that +120 is value when this line should be near pick'em. So I think it's going to keep it not getting too out of hand.
The interesting thing is that I've always felt, this is just an opinion, you can take your analytics and your value and chuck it in the toilet for the Super Bowl. It's a one-game deal, and you've got to match up the teams, and whatever side you think is going to win the game, not based on analytics or anything else, that's who you bet in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Just go back to the Atlanta game 2 years ago. All the numbers were Atlanta in that game, and I was one of them, and the under, and both of those went up in smoke.
Look good in the third quarter. All right, enough of the Super Bowl. We'll be covering that in great abundance between now and next weekend. Let's talk some NBA. We've got just 4 games tonight. Any notable action on tonight's games?
Well, we've seen some line movement in the Toronto Raptors and Sacramento Kings just because of Kawhi Leonard being out. We opened 11 and it's down to 9.5, and it's amazing that there hasn't been too much adjustment with Leonard being out his last few games. I thought this would have been more when they played at home against the Suns without him, and I know Kyle Lowry ended up playing in that game, but I didn't think it was enough adjustment, and the Phoenix almost won that game. So I still think that this should be adjusted a little bit more than it actually has. But we're sitting at Toronto 9.5 right now.
Any games that you like tonight, Jeff?
That's probably the only thing that I do is take the Sacramento side, and I know that they just got blown out by Brooklyn yesterday, but they bounced back earlier this year in some games, and that squad isn't too bad. So missing Leonard tonight, I would just lean to Sacramento.
There are some weeks in golf where you kind of look at the scale, the events. Okay, this is not one of those weeks because every big player in the world is playing, but they're not playing in the same event because we've got the Farmers and we've got the Dubai. Between the two, everybody's playing. The one that caught my eye at the Farmers in particular, and I'm not betting him because I don't like his form, but I got to tell you, Ricky Fowler, the 8th choice at 25-1. What's going on there, Jeff? Have people just soured on him completely?
Well, the thing you have to look at early in the season is there's some guys that have 2 or 3 weeks of play under their belt and are showing some form, and those are the guys that they get supported more early in the year. You have someone like Leash at 18-1, where he finished off in Australia, had a couple good weeks on tour, and Ricky Fowler's had a few months layoff. So there's a lot of people that just don't want to get involved in that uncertainty, and so his price drifts out a little higher than you'd see if it was a mid-season tournament.
Tiger is currently in the mix as one of the favorites at the Farmers. He is, I believe, the 5th choice. Where's he going to close?
Well, I opened him at 16-1, and I expect him to close that. Even though it's Torrey Pines and everyone knows his history there, he gets the bulk of the support in majors or a WGC event, and the weekly tournaments, he'll get some betting support, but really not enough to add up to a lot of liability that I'm forced to drastically drop his numbers. So I'm expecting that. I think I might be top market at 16, but I'll go ahead. He's had an extremely long layoff. Last time that was when he played Phil Mickelson out here in Las Vegas. So I'll wait to get the tournament back to a little bit more aggressive on him.
Yeah. By the way, Phil made a run last week, only to be upstaged by someone I literally had never heard of.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us. And Adam Long is now 200-1 for this week, coming off that win in Palm Springs, and he qualified for the Masters in Augusta, so I added him in the pool 500-1.
Any value plays that you can see at Dubai or the Farmers this week?
The only thing I'm slightly leaning to, and it's just because the odds I think are a little bit longer because of the strength of the field at the top in San Diego, is Brandt Snedeker at 40 because he's had a fabulous history here at Torrey Pines. And he's actually playing some decent golf right now. And if it wasn't so star-studded at the top, he would probably be around 25 or 30-1. So I think 40, maybe even 50, if he's out there available at that, might be worth a flyer.
Who'd you match him up with to make it difficult for us to get some value on him?
I actually put him against Keegan Bradley, who, to me, meets the same characteristics as Snedeker, but Bradley in the matchups has a higher power rating, so I have Bradley at $1.30 favorite over Snedeker.
If you want to get these odds, follow Jeff on Twitter, of course, at Golf Odds, and make sure and check out the website, golfodds.com.
All right, switching from golf, where are we going for soccer this week?
Well, it's somewhat of a light schedule, but I'll have to look on Thursday to the English EFL Carabao Cup. We have the semifinal second leg, Tottenham at Chelsea. And in the first leg, Tottenham won 1-0, so the price is a little bit high on Chelsea. They're laying a goal here coming from that 1-goal deficit. And the thing, whoever wins this game, they're going to have Manchester City waiting for them. Manchester City won 9-0 over Burton in the first leg. So I thought they might be surprised about a 9-0 soccer score there.
That's shocking. I mean 9-0. Holy cow! So here's now we know that when the visitors come to town on Super Bowl Sunday, one of the places they are going to gravitate to is the Superbook for obvious reasons. It's it's incredibly historic. It's one of the places as far as Las Vegas is concerned. So it's going to be packed there, and maybe you can give some advice to our listeners who want to be down there and be part of the action. Ways to watch the game at the Superbook and the best advice for those who want to be there for the action.
Yeah, we're going to have it all throughout the property. It's obviously going to be on in the book. We'll have it in Shimmer Cabaret, the theater like we do on Sundays. We'll even have it in the buffet. And we're going to have sound throughout the entire casino on all the TVs. So it's going to sound in unison throughout the casino wherever you are, sound on the game. And the only thing is with that, and like what we've seen over the years, you need to get down there early. And what I recommend is if you had a few friends get down there, then you could almost do things in shifts to get some spots, because it'd be tough to sit there for two people or something all day and just wait it out. But we do have people. When I get in at 5 in the morning, there's people already in the book holding their seats. So, you need to just get down there early if you want to get a seat. Otherwise, a lot of people end up standing around and watching it and taking it in awe, which, there's breaks between it. So it works out well, but it's definitely going to be an event.
Is there a betting line available on whether there will be a tent set up by somebody who wants to wait either in the parking lot or in the garage?
Oh, I would make that a strong yes right now.
All right. Great stuff, Jeff. Don't forget to follow Jeff on Twitter at Golf Odds, because he's constantly updating what's going on, especially with the big game. It's been like every hour or so you've been just updating. Even if there's no change, you're making sure to post an update.
Yeah, anytime that we change the side or total, I'm definitely going to do that, or even the money line or anything that's pertinent to it. And, I'll start putting out their percentages as far as ticket counts and money wagered, because people are always interested in that. So whatever information I can pass along, I'll go ahead. And
next Tuesday, we'll get more into the specific props, because they'll all be available by that time. It'll be a lot of fun, and we'll come up and study some of these interesting cross-sport stops because props, because I definitely want to see what's involved as far as the Golden Knights are concerned. That's going to be real popular with the locals.
Yeah, Golden Knights, Las Vegas Lights, so we're including the local teams.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, thanks, guys.
That's good stuff from Jeff Sherman as we run the gamut. But, of course, the focus on the Super Bowl, and that's where, Jay Kornegay and company have done an absolutely amazing job over the years of putting up a phenomenal number of props. And it's just, even if you're not a big player, you can be a $5 bettor. You can have an absolute blast with those props. Take a couple $100, fire them here and there, and you're going to have action on every play.
Absolutely. And seriously, if you have never been to the Superbook on the Thursday night that they do that, it's insane. Everybody's the lines are. He's not kidding. They're out the door waiting, because you're only allowed to play a couple props, each time you get to the window, but then you can get out and get back, and they do that so one guy just doesn't sit there and pound away, at all of this.
What would happen? Brian Leonard would get first in line, and he'd be there for a half an hour betting all these props that most of them he's going to win anyway.
Absolutely, and there's advantage players, but you work in teams.
Yes.
Work in teams. Have 3 or 4 of you together.
That's the way he suggested doing it if you want to be at the game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Is, kind of tough to sit there by yourself, because at some point, nature might call, and there's no way to kind of hold that seat when you leave. So work in teams.
Yep.
Go there with somebody.
Absolutely.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you our Joe's Angle of the Day, and then we'll get into some more of tonight's college basketball previews.
The Las Vegas Sportsline.
When it comes to dependability in car batteries, no one beats Interstate Batteries. Interstate Batteries has been providing outrageously dependable starting power for over 65 years. With over 200,000 dealers nationwide, there's one near you. Just click on interstatebatteries.com.
Introducing the all-new 2019 Subaru Forester. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive with 33 miles per gallon, plus standard EyeSight driver assist technology. The SUV for all you love.
EPA estimated highway. Actual mileage may vary. EyeSight is a driver assist system that may not operate optimally under all driving conditions. Driver is responsible for safe and attentive driving. System effectiveness depends on many factors. See owner's manual.
SubaruLasVegas.com.
Hey Vegas, Clay Baker here with you, and now it's time to get back to clean for 2019. That's right, Zero Res is back at it, and they want you to start the new year in an extraordinarily clean, fresh, and healthy home. And it starts now. They will pre-treat, clean, sanitize 3 rooms of carpet for just $89. $89! This is their lowest price ever. And they'll clean 100 square feet of tile for free. That's normally $125 alone, but it's free, free, free. All you got to do is call Zero Res now. And as for the Clay Baker special, 702-840-3333, or go online, ZeroResLasVegas.com, 702-840-3333. Oh, I know how it is. You got the friends and family over at your house, dropping stuff, making spots all over the place. You can make the pet stains, the traffic lanes, all those spots disappear for one low price, $89. Call Zero Res now and ask for the Clay Baker ESPN special. Minimums apply.
Clean carpet, Zero Res it, ZEROREZ. Call 840-3333.
Thank you, Southern Nevada, for making News 3 your number one choice for news.
Thank you.
When you wake up
and before you go to bed.
Thank you for making News 3 your number one choice for news.